Hello everyone. So just wanted to quickly walk you through category two because that contest has already started. It started on June 12th. And if you wanted to take part in the first week, you don't have to, but if you want to take part in the first week, you do have until June 19th before week two starts. So just a reminder that you need to take part in this contest a minimum of 3 times, starting anytime from June 12th up until July 30th. But remember, it's only one entry per week, so you have to essentially do 3 different weeks. So you have to pick one day in 3 different weeks. Alrighty, so very quickly, just going through the assignment. Reminder that the requirement is that you want to make sure that you are responding to anything that is in the New York Times. It can be a photograph, it can be a video, it can be an article, it can be an infographic. And all you're doing is you're responding to the question of what interested you about the Times this week. So, skimming through the New York Times website, what is it that interested you? And then writing a concise, coherent, um, well rounded response in terms of answering that question. So, just a reminder that the requirement does say that you want to stick to a certain limit. You are limited to 1,500 characters, which comes out to 250 to 300 words approximately. But that being said, don't feel like it should be one giant paragraph. We know you've been taught that each paragraph has its own main idea, so don't try and jumble all of these main ideas into just one paragraph. Ready? And remember that you do have an idea of what these should look like based on previous winners. You could always look through that. And then I'm going to walk you through the rules one more time in terms of how to sign your post, because we want to make sure that privacy is respected and you don't want to give your full name when you are giving these posts, because it is going out to a live global audience. Alrighty, so going to the New York Times website for specifically the summer reading, you want to make sure that you're logged in using your digital subscription. And then if you were to scroll down just a little bit, you'll see that this page has been updated. It has all the information that we already gave you as well. Um, but right here, the update is what I'm most interested in because week one has already started. And as you can see, it says that you have until 7 a.m. on June 19th if you want to take part in the first week, or if you're just going to wait until June 19th, 12 o'clock, and you're going to take part in week two, etc., etc. Okay? So, go over the particulars one more time, but then if you skim down a little bit further, you'll see that 101 people have already commented to their question, what interested you most about New York Times this week? And you can kind of skim through and get a sense of what people have been saying. But obviously, you want to make yours unique. You don't want to copy anyone else's. Once you're ready to share your thoughts, remember you're copying and pasting what you had already put on your own New York Times Summer Reading entries, responses, replies document that was shared with each one of you. So you all have your individual copy. And that's where you actually are housing all of your information. So you want to make sure that you have the headline title, the URL, and then your actual response. And then once you do submit, you should be able to get this fourth piece of information, which I'm going to show you. All right, so here where it says full name, you actually don't want to use your full name because of the privacy issue. So we've shown you here that we actually want you to use just your first name, and then depending on which campus you are, either East or West, and then LHS 212. And the next thing you're going to want to provide is your age, and then which suburb you're actually from, either North Lake, Franklin Park. And that's the information that they would put right here. Okay. So here's then where you would actually copy your actual response. And you want to make sure that you do provide readers a little bit of a guide and context in terms of which article you're dealing with. You don't have to provide the entire headline and URL that you had on your response doc into this post, because you're taking up unnecessary words. And remember, you're limited in terms of your words. So, like looking at this just example one, notice how the uh, person, Sydney, was able to bring in the author and the article title without giving us the entire piece of information, just wove it in there very nicely. So I would recommend you do something similar. Okay? And here you'll see that you'll have your character count to kind of help you figure out if you've gone too short, too small. And likewise, I hope you know that at this point, you do have the option to check your word count within the Google Doc as well. You go to Tools and Word Count, and then just highlight your response, and you'll be able to see the word count there. Last but not least, don't forget to click this little box right here, which actually will email you and letting you know that your comment has actually been published, because it's going to be really important information that you're going to want to provide to Mrs. Shump and I for question number 4 here. And that'll show us that you have actually submitted your post onto New York Times website, because that is part of the assignment. It's not as easy as just having all this information filled out. We need to see that you actually participated in the contest. Okay? All right, that's it for now. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to use the discussion board. You could always contact Mrs. Shump and I.